Thor Heyerdahl, the Adventurer of the Seas. Introduction. Thor Heyerdahl was an explorer from Norway. He became famous because he sailed across oceans in very simple boats. Heyerdahl believed ancient people traveled long distances across oceans long ago. To prove his ideas, he made long journeys himself. His adventures taught us important lessons about history, culture, and nature. Many people thought his journeys were impossible, but Heyerdahl did not give up. He wanted to show the world that people in the past could have traveled far without modern ships or technology. His courage and determination inspired millions. His most famous adventure was sailing on the Kon-Tiki raft from South America to the Pacific Islands. Early life. Thor Heyerdahl was born in 1914 in Larvik, a small town in Norway. As a child, Thor was curious and loved to explore nature. He often went camping, fishing, and hiking. His parents encouraged him to learn about the world. He read many books about explorers and dreamed of adventure. When Thor finished school, he went to the University of Oslo. He studied biology and geography because he wanted to understand the natural world. While studying, he met people who taught him about different cultures. Thor started to wonder how people traveled and shared ideas in ancient times. He loved learning and was fascinated by stories about people crossing oceans long ago. He studied maps, history, and archaeology. He became interested in how plants and animals spread across oceans. He believed that ancient civilizations traveled and traded across the seas long before Europeans explored the world. Thor Heyerdahl got married to Liv Kusharon Torp, and they traveled together to the Pacific Islands. There, he studied local plants and animals. Thor noticed similarities between the cultures of South America and the Pacific Islands. This gave him an important idea. Ancient people might have sailed across the Pacific Ocean long ago. The Kon-Tiki expedition. Thor wanted to show that ancient people could travel long distances across oceans. To do this, he decided to sail from Peru to Polynesia. He built a simple raft named Kon-Tiki, made from logs and rope. It was exactly like the rafts ancient people might have used. Many people thought it was a crazy idea, but Thor believed it was possible. In 1947, Thor and 5 friends set sail from Peru. They had no modern equipment like engines or radios. They relied only on the wind, the stars, and the ocean currents. The Kon-Tiki raft moved slowly, and life on the raft was very difficult. The men ate fish and coconuts and collected rainwater to drink. They faced dangerous storms and huge waves. But they did not give up. During the voyage, the crew saw amazing sea creatures like whales, sharks, and flying fish. They wrote diaries and took photographs of their adventure. They faced many dangerous situations, including storms and rough seas. Sometimes, the raft almost broke apart, but the men worked together to fix it. After 101 days at sea, they reached the island of Raroya in Polynesia. People around the world were amazed by their achievement. Thor proved his theory was possible. Ancient people could have traveled long distances on simple rafts. Later adventures. After Kon-Tiki, Thor wanted to show that ancient Egyptians might have traveled to America. He built a new boat called Ra, made from papyrus, a type of plant. In 1969, Thor and his crew tried to sail from Morocco to America. Unfortunately, the boat started to fall apart, and they had to stop before reaching their goal. Thor did not give up. He built another boat called Ra 2. In 1970, he tried again and successfully sailed from Africa to America. This journey showed ancient Egyptians could have crossed the Atlantic Ocean. The world was fascinated by Thor's bravery and determination. Later, Thor continued his research. He explored the Maldives, Easter Island, and many other places. He studied ancient ruins and rock carvings, trying to understand how ancient civilizations lived and traveled. Thor believed different cultures were connected by ancient sea routes. Thor Heyerdahl also cared deeply about protecting the environment. He noticed the oceans were becoming polluted. He spoke about the importance of preserving nature and protecting marine life. He wrote books and gave speeches about his adventures, inspiring people to care for the planet. Legacy. Thor Heyerdahl's adventures taught us a lot about ancient travel and exploration. He wrote many books about his journeys, which were translated into many languages. Millions of people read his books and learned from his experiences. Museums were built to celebrate Thor's achievements. The Kon-Tiki Museum in Oslo, Norway, shows the original raft and other important artifacts from his journeys. People from around the world visit to learn about his exciting adventures. Thor's courage and curiosity inspired many people to explore and discover. His journeys changed how we think about history. Scientists began to study ancient travel and exploration more carefully. Thor's ideas encouraged more research about ancient civilizations and their connections. Thor Heyerdahl passed away in 2002, but his adventures still inspire people today. He showed that with courage, determination, and curiosity, we can achieve amazing things. Thor Heyerdahl remains one of the greatest adventurers in history. Conclusion. Thor Heyerdahl proved that ancient people could travel great distances across oceans using simple boats. His adventures remind us to believe in ourselves, explore the world, and protect nature.